Medea. When we were so loud, you don't travel the travel thing, Medea. Get away, escape! Get away! Get away, escape right now!
Why should I escape?
Can your chariot go? Creon, you've killed my poison!
Wonderful news. You'll be counted from now on among my friends and benefactors.
What are you saying? Medea, what are you saying? You're in the right mind! Like, are you mad? The royal household, they're all dead! No, don't mean to frighten you.
I can answer you, but take your time, friends. Tell me how they died. You'll give me double pleasure if their death was hideous.
When you two boys came with their father and entered the wedding rooms, we servants were delighted. We agreed at your misfortunes, but now there's much talk that you and your husband have made up your quarrel. Some boys kissed hands, others had fair hair. I myself am overjoyed and followed the boys to the women's quarters. Our mistress, the one that we defer to, in your place before she saw the pair of boys, had kept her eye lovingly on Jason. But then she pulled her veil off over her eyes and turned away her fair cheek. Annoyed that they were, your husband tried to soothe her girlish moodiness in pipe. Do not, he said, be unfriendly to those I love. Stop being cross. Turn your head. Consider you have the same friends as your husband. Take these gifts. For my sake, ask your father to revoke the exile of my boys. When she saw the finery, she could not resist and agreed to all that Jason said. Before your boys and their father from a far place, she took the embroidered gown and put it on. She placed the gold crown on her curls, and using a bright mirror, she arranged her hair. Smiling at the lifeless image of herself, then rose to a chair and moved into the room. Stepping daintily on the bare white feet, overjoyed with her present, often twisting back. To see how the dress had fully fell to her heels, and what was frightful, her skin changed colour. She staggered sideways, limb shaking and collapsed into the chair. Or she would have fallen to the floor. And one of the attendants, an old woman thinking that she had anger and panic of God that had fallen from her, let out a ritual cry, and she saw the white froth coming from her mouth. The pupils of her eyes twisted with the sockets, of blood drained out of her skin, and she let a maid rush into the king's room. Another knew her husband to tell him what happened to his bride. The whole palace resounded, the clatter of many running feet for a time, in a fast-running night. Halfway through the furlong track, she said nothing, eyes closed. She jumped up, on fire, and ran, shaking her head along curls away on that, trying to find the crown the gold band held tight in her grip. Shook her head, the fire burned twice as fiercely, and she fell to the ground, overcome by torment. Save to her father, quite unrecognisable. Gone was her clear look in her eyes, gone the ugly beauty of her face. Blood dripped from the hand of the flaming drops. Her flesh, torn by poison's hidden jaws, melted her bones, breath and tears. It was a gruesome sight. We're too scared to touch her body. Her fate has taught us enough. Suddenly, her father, poor man, came in. Not knowing what happened, she threw herself behind the corpse. At once he cried out, embraced her and kissed her hand, said, "Poor child, what is it God destroyed you so undeservedly? Who orphans my age too? At last the cries of lamentation. But at first, John reigns his ancient body, then ivy clings to her laurel stems. So he stuck his fine spun dress. His dreadful wrestling match began. He began to lift his knee. She pulled him down. When he was forced, he told his old frail flesh off his bones. At first, his ill-fated man gave up his struggle. He breathed out life, overmassed by honour. The two bodies lied together, side by side, daughter with father. A calamity for tears. As for you, Medea, I say nothing. You yourself will decide how you may avoid punishment. Human affairs, I think not. Not for the first time. As mere shadow. I'd say without fear. One fancy thinkers. I might declare the greatest folly. No mortal man is truly happy. One man has wealth rolls and can be more fortunate than another, but happy not. No, not right now.
Wonderful news! You shall be counted from now on among my friends and Better factors.
Benefactors.
Oh my god!
Oh, shut up!